Hey guys, good morning and welcome to this channel. At the moment I'm in Penang and I'm gonna take you over the Penang Bridge. That is the Penang Bridge over there, and look at this landscape. It's just fantastic. It's really amazing. I love the island of Penang and I hope I can take you there soon and do a little bit more adventuring, take you up on the Penang Hill and take you a little bit more into Georgetown, so I can show you a little bit more of what Penang has to offer. But now I'm going to take you over this new bridge. This is the second bridge that connects the Penang Island with
400 meters. Turn left onto the slip road.
Okay, thank you. That's the second bridge that connects Penang to the mainland of Malaysia. So we are in the direction of Alastar, which is
left onto the slip road.
Up north, and we are going south towards Ipoh, and then I'm gonna go to Kuala Lumpur Genting in the Genting Highlands. So probably I'm gonna take the touristic route today, and that will be awesome as well. I'll take you on that trip and I'll make another video on that as well and show you a little bit more about the Genting Highlands later today. So here we're entering the bridge. I got this beautiful truck in front of me, so let's speed up a little bit and get a bit more clearer view. This bridge is now about 10 years old, I think, but no, maybe about 8 years old, and it's really helped Penang a lot to develop on the south part of Penang. The bridge comes from the mainland, and when it gets to the Penang Island, Pulau Pinang, it actually ends up very near to the airport and to the industrial area of Penang. In the far distance you can actually see Georgetown over there, and I think I can see the Comtar Tower as well. At night this bridge is beautifully lit, which is really awesome. It changes color. It's not a very clear day today, but you can still see the mountains in the far distance on the mainland there. This bridge is about, I guess, about 10 to 12 kilometers. Later I'll put some more description and a link to Wikipedia on this bridge and give you a little bit of history on this bridge. When I came into Penang about 2 days ago, I drove over this bridge and it's just impressive, and it was very close to sunset, and okay, we got more traffic ahead of us. Look at these lovely little islands. And the bridge snakes a little bit, as you see in front of us. It's like makes a little bit of an S. There's a speed limit here, but it's not a place where we want to go and speed. So let me show you Georgetown again. That's there in the far distance. I still remember when I came the first time to Penang. That must have been about 15 years ago, so that was probably about 2006 and 2007, in that era. And I was going to Penang. I was excited, but I didn't really read up a lot about Penang. I didn't know lots about it. And then when I arrived and I came over the old bridge, I was stunned, because the amount of condominiums built up on the hillside at that time, which is an area between Bayan Lepas and Georgetown, which is more in the central part of the island. Unbelievable amount of development going on. And I have to admit, now I've not been to Penang for the last 5 years. No, that's not completely true. I was here last year, but I didn't leave Georgetown, so I flew into Penang, I took a taxi and I stayed in Georgetown Central. So that's like the old city, and I didn't see much of the rest. But 5 years ago I came to Penang and I did like a real tour around the island. I went up the hill and saw some other parts of the island, like the beautiful beaches up in Batu Ferringhi. But the key thing is that the developments that have happened in the meantime was just amazing. I stayed last night, I stayed at the Olivetreehotel, a 4-star hotel, very nice, very near Spice, and Spice is the convention center in Penang. Definitely worthwhile. I'll put a link down below in the description as well to this hotel. It was worthwhile if you visit Penang and you want to stay very near to the airport. I think it's about 10 minutes by taxi from the airport, whereas Georgetown and Batu Ferringhi are more like half an hour, 45 minutes away. Penang is not a small island, it's actually quite a large island, and it's got so much potential. By the way, what I just told you that is Georgetown is not Georgetown, because Georgetown is over there. And that one big pillar for many years was the highest building in Malaysia. It's called the Kandar Tower, and it was a little bit in distress, not in distress, in the, it was, you know, they didn't have many occupants in the last couple of years, so it was a little bit, you know, less popular. And some companies have taken over and they have built some tourist attractions around the Kandar Tower. The other thing is, I heard this morning in the meeting that I attended that there will be a UTC, which is the it's like a central office in the bigger cities in Malaysia, where you can do any of your stuff that has to do with, for instance, government, until 10 o'clock at night. So it opens, I think the UTCs are open from 8 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. So if you want to extend your passport, or you need something to get done, for instance for your car insurance, or you need to extend your road tax or things like that, you can do until 10 o'clock at night. Some of the Western countries can take some examples on that. Yeah, it's very good. And I just heard that they are building a new UTC in Penang Kandar Tower. And today the Minister of MOF, Minister of Finance, was visiting Penang, and we had a meeting in the same building. So that's more or less how I found out. Okay, here's some more little islands, some fishing villages there. I don't know if that shows on camera or not, but that's gorgeous as well. And I see there's somebody with flashlights in front. It doesn't look like police, so okay, if it's the police, I gotta drop you guys. Okay, because okay, then there is some little floating islands on the right hand side here. Oh no, he's supporting this heavy traffic truck you see here, so that's not police. These on the right hand side are little farms that float in the water. I mean, what we are looking at here is the Malacca Straits. I'm not sure if it's already called the Malacca Straits here, but at least if we go south, we end up in the Malacca Straits. These islands here produce, of course, a fresh catch of the day, and just here in front of us are some very large projects opening up. These are all housing projects that have to do with some of the development that is happening here straight ahead of us, which is called FIZ. FIZ is a development project on the mainland in Malaysia, and there's a huge, massive, we get through it, industrial estate. So the condominiums that you see that they are building there, they are not small, they're very, very large. From what I can see is like, that must be 30 to 40 stories, which is huge. Beautiful with the mountains in the background. And our Swedish friends from IKEA just have landed here in Penang as well, and they are located in this new industrial estate called FIZ. And Penang is known for its seafood, and as you see here, these floating sea farms, there's hundreds of them. There's, well, not hundreds, but probably about, from what I can reckon, is about 70 to 80 of these floating farms, because people from Penang love their seafood, and the food here is amazing. If you ever come to Malaysia, please do visit Penang, because it really has a lot to offer. There's a lot of history, there's a lot of heritage, there's a lot of culture in this town, and the food is absolutely amazing. Whether you go to nice and fancy restaurants, which are a lot as well, or you just eat some very cheap seafood for like $1 per portion along the street, the quality of the food is absolutely tremendous. One of the famous foods here in Malaysia called Nasi Kandar, which originates from Penang. It's an Indian type of food. It's like a nasi campur more or less, but an Indian style. So Nasi Kandar is a lot of curries and rice, nice meat dishes and fish. And now these Nasi Kandar restaurants are popping up all over the place in Malaysia, and they originate here from Penang Island. But really, Penang has so much to offer, whether it's Malay food, Thai food, Chinese food, tons and tons of Chinese food, and it's all absolutely delicious. So when you ever come here, go out at night, venture somewhere, and just have some bites. Some people from Malaysia actually come to Penang with only one goal: eat as much as possible and eat as much as different foods as possible. Especially the people that come from the south, that come from the KL, Kuala Lumpur area, and come up north. They even make 2 stops, because Ipoh is known for specific foods as well. So they stop in Ipoh while they're on their way to Penang, which Ipoh is about 2 hours from Kuala Lumpur, and then Penang is another about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So we're getting close to the end of the bridge. We're also getting close to my monologue here. And if you see here, these developments here are quite massive, and very soon thousands and thousands of people from Penang are going to be living here. By the way, we have Penang Island, and then Penang State is also partially part of the mainland. So what we are looking at here is Penang State mainland, and then we came from Penang Island. Gosh, if I would paint, I could paint these mountains. That's incredible. And as you see here, this blue box, big box shop ahead of us is IKEA, and they just landed here in Penang. As in many of the other countries around the world, IKEA is extremely popular here. Compared to local prices, it's quite pricey to buy at IKEA, but people love the IKEA stuff. Okay, so bye bye Penang, until I'll be back. I love you, Penang. Take care of me next time when I come back, and thank you for listening. Guys, I'm gonna go back on the road and put 2 hands on my steering wheel. I'll talk to you soon. Take care for now, and bye bye.